50,000 games across 80 emulators. Everything from your PSP to your N64, GBA, Game Boy Advance, and much more in this retro gaming monster. So this is the Super Console X Pro. Now, lots of you have been asking me to review this, and I know that there's a non-pro version. Now, the benefit of the Pro is the SoC, the system on chip, in this device runs at a slightly higher clock speed than the non-pro version, and this one is also running Android 7, where I believe the non-pro runs Android 4 or Android 5, or in fact, if anybody can confirm, please do leave me a comment below. Okay, let's open this up. So this is everything you get inside the box, starting with these two wireless controllers. I mean, you can see where they've drawn their inspiration from. They feel fairly light in the hand, but when I test out some gaming, I'll let you know how these actually perform. So you get two wireless controllers. We do get a standard, pretty standard Android TV box remote control. You can use this USB hub to add in two extra controllers. We also get a UK power adapter, standard HDMI cable, and this is the Super Console X Pro. I mean, clearly you can see it's like a baby Super Nintendo. On the side here, we can see we've got the memory card slot. We have two USB ports. Now, the memory card slot in this configuration is the 256 gig one, which is why my one comes with over 50,000 games pre-installed, ready to play. But of course, you can buy it in smaller configurations, or if you want to add the ROMs yourself, you can definitely do that. On the back here, we have Ethernet, HDMI out, power input, and we have the on and off switch here. We have some vents underneath, a couple of rubber feet, and we can see this is the Super Console X Pro. So that's pretty much what you get inside the box. Let's now plug this in, and we can see that the Super Console X Pro has booted directly into Emulation Station. Now, if I take out the micro SD card and restart it, it will actually boot into your typical Android TV box in case you want to watch YouTube or some movies or install some applications. You do also have that flexibility. And we can see straight away, this does come bundled with over 50,000 games ready to play. Now, using the supplied controller, I'm just going to press right on the remote. Here we can see for Amiga, they've got over 1,000 games. Then you've got Amiga 1200, 4,000 games, Amstrad CPC, Arcade Classics, Atari 5200, 7800. Let me just quickly whiz through these, but you can see, guys, they've got over 80 systems pre-installed, ready to go. We saw Dreamcast back there, Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, Genesis or Mega Drive as it was in the UK, MAME, Master System, Mega Drive, MSX, N64, Sega Naomi, DS, NES, Neo Geo Pocket, Pocket Color, Odyssey, Open Ball, TurboGrafx, PC Engine, Pokemon Mini, some ports, PSP, PS1, Sega 32, Sega CD, SU-1000, the SNES, Vectrex, Virtual Boy, WonderSwan, WonderSwan Color, Sharp, good old Spectrum with 5,200 games, and we're back to all games. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time going through the configuration because, as you guys probably know, you can just press start here. I can now, for example, change the theme. I can customize the controllers. I can change some of the sound settings. I can connect this to my Wi-Fi in case I want to download more artwork or anything like that. But let's say, for example, I go to UI settings and I want to change the theme. I can click on this. Let's try the carbon one. Let's now press back. Give that a second. And just like that, guys, we are now using a different theme. Some of you may prefer this basic looking theme. And that's how easy it is to customize. Okay, let's start with some gameplay. Let's start with some Final Burn Neo. And we can see, we now see all of the games. We get to see the artwork, a summary about the game, and even a small video. Let's just start with some Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay, let's go. Take that. I mean, to be fair, the controller's not actually too bad. As you can see, I'm able to get out all of my special moves. I'm not really noticing any lag with it being wireless. And that's looking pretty good. Now, in the interest of time, I'm not going to spend too long playing these games, but just so you can see the performance. Now, one thing you'll probably notice straight away is that we can see they've got the bezels automatically installed and configured. As most of these consoles were designed for a 4:3 screen, on a typical widescreen, you would end up having black bars here, but it just looks so much nicer with these bezels. The right trigger and Y, and that's a shortcut to get back to RetroArch. I can now click on quit. Okay, let's try some Mega Drive. Again, we can see the bezels. All right, let's take out some of these guys. Now the question is, do I know what I'm doing? And the answer is no, but it looks pretty good. Doing some barrel rolls there, taking out these bad guys. I mean, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you'll definitely know these games and certainly these systems, and it really just brings back so many memories. Okay, got some F-Zero here, looking very smooth. I mean, N64 typically is one of those harder consoles to emulate, but we can see so far on the Super Console X Pro, it's playing absolutely fine. I mean, really, that's what you're paying for in a system like this, whereby you can buy the Super Console X Pro, take it home, plug it in, then no need to find ROMs, no need to configure anything, even configure controllers. Just plug it into your TV, and you now have an instant library of over 50,000 games across those 80 emulators that you can just pick up and start playing. And of course, Emulec is completely free, so if you wanted to, you could buy your own Android box, you could download Emulec, follow some guides on YouTube, get Emulec installed, then you can obviously find ROMs online and basically make it yourself. But in this case, you're really paying for somebody to do all of that legwork for you, find the ROMs, configure the artwork, configure Emulec, and just give you just lots of fun playing all of these classic games. But I'm definitely happy with this N64 performance. Okay, some PSP. Good old Metal Slug. Nice, got run over there. Here's some PSP again. We can see the frame rate on the top right. So getting a smooth 60 frames. Now let's get some power-ups. It's actually a really nice looking game. Here's some PS1. And again, everything's automatically configured. All of the key mappings or the button mappings, everything just works straight away. There you go. TDUK wins. Okay, let's back out that. Okay, so I mean, I can say now that I've played with this for a while, the controller, yes, it's very light, definitely feels cheap and plasticky, but in terms of functionality, it's actually absolutely fine. I mean, of course, it's never going to be as good as your official Xbox controllers or your PlayStation controllers, but for these classic retro games, it's performing without issue. Okay, got some good old Dreamcast there with Crazy Taxi. This was a great game. I mean, the thing with these videos is I always like hope to record like, 15-20 minutes of footage, but I always end up recording like more than an hour just because there's just so many games that bring back memories that you just can't help but play them. Okay, let's get the next person. Let's drop her off over here. There you go. Okay, so some DS emulation here. Okay, let's get a power up. Okay. Take that bit off Giant Mario. Okay, so wrapping this up, what are my closing thoughts on the Super Console X Pro? Well, let me just say, one of the other consoles I previously reviewed, which had 54,000 games, which was the Retrobox 2, came in at, I think, just over $600. But to be fair, that could allow you to play PS2 and also GameCube games. If you're not really interested in that, and the price of this is a lot more closer to $100, I think for that price, you do actually get a lot for your money. all of the games that I tried, all of the emulators, everything just worked straight away without any kind of reconfiguring or tweaking. Any game that I chose, I was able to play that straight away without any issue, and it just works. And this is one of the things I was saying before, that yes, you could buy your own Android box, you could download EmuLec, find your own ROMs, configure everything, and then just make it your own custom system. But for many people, including myself, I just don't have the time for that. I love playing these retro games, but I haven't got the time to actually configure a system myself. So if that's your use case, then I definitely think this Super Console X Pro is worthwhile checking out. I mean, the controllers work good. It's got a nice sort of compact feel. If you go for the 256 gig memory bundle, then you do get those 50,000 games. That's going to keep you and your kids, or really anybody, busy for many, many months. And of course, you also have the ability to add in your own games, so you can install more ROMs if you want to do that. But I think for this price point, it's definitely worthwhile checking out. I'm very happy with the controllers, with the performance, even things like N64, Dreamcast, everything that I tried performed really well. So this definitely gets a double thumbs up from me. And if you guys want to check it out, I will leave a link in the video description. I have asked the vendor if I can get some kind of discount code for my followers, so do have a look out for that. Do leave me a comment below, let me know what you think about this system, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.